Okay, I guess we're going to get started while everyone else is getting situated. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. We're going to go ahead and get started today. So we'll start with our housekeeping items and all that before we get into our quote-unquote lecture for today, before we get to the food. Hi, welcome to Love in Action. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Perfect timing. Okay. So, if you all would like to place an order at the restaurant, please feel to do so now or during class. And he can have it available for you at the end of class, or you can eat during class. There's no issue whatsoever. We appreciate you. So, yesterday, did anybody make it out to the grand opening of the Sullenberger Aviation Museum? Y'all missed that? Oh, dang, because Love in Action was there, and we were one of 3 food vendors. So, had the A-team with us, so Angela and Rashadat were there holding it down, doing an amazing job. So, the Sullenberger Aviation Museum had the grand opening yesterday. So, Captain Sully's the one who landed that plane on the Hudson River in New York. So, the flight was from Charlotte to New York. So, they built a museum, an aviation museum in his name. So he was there, his family and the mayor and all the hey, how you doing? All the who's who of Charlotte was there yesterday. It's at the airport, well, essentially on the airport grounds. Yeah, you take the airport exit and then you can follow the signs to the Sullen Aviation Museum. Yep. So that's what we were doing yesterday. So, it was a lot of work yesterday. So I said, today, I ain't cooking nothing. Okay. So that's how that came to be. And then I just did not update the website. One recipe we're doing today is already on there. It's older, but you can use the new search tool that's there, and you don't have to scroll. You can just type in what we're going to make. So today, we're making 2 recipes today. We don't do breakfast that often, and I had a request for this, so I said I'll just show you how to do it. A fruit and nut overnight oats, and then a chickpea salad. And it's kind of a twofold reason. One, because I didn't feel like cooking today, but 2, it was because if you all see, we keep making changes to the restaurant, and so someone knows that there's a new 3-door cooler over there. So that cooler, especially come tomorrow, we have a new enhanced menu that starts tomorrow, which has a breakfast menu. It is very delicious that me and Chef co-created. And you all, I've told y'all several times that I'm the plant-based chef at Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens, and I provide all the grab-and-go options for them. So I'm like, well, they like it. Let me try it out here, see if you all like it. So the overnight fruit and nut overnight oats and the chickpea salad are 2 of the 8 things that I provide to them that we'll have here. So you all get to try it out first. I get your feedback because different demographics might like different things. But sometimes I know certain demographics, like if they try it, then they'll likely to buy it in the future versus if they saw in the menu, like, I don't know if I want that. So we're going to try that out today. Okay. You said what now? Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens. If y'all haven't been, it is magical. Hey, Margaret, welcome to Love in Action. Hi, beautiful lady. Yeah, come on. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Ian. Welcome to Love in Action. We're just getting started. Y'all haven't missed too much. There's some seats still, and we can grab more seats if needed. So yes, if you all have not been out to Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens, it is really a hidden gem here. It's absolutely gorgeous. 400 acres. They have curated little, you walk through, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's beautiful. They have artwork out there. They have events out there all the time. They have jazz in the park, movies in the park, and they have a orchid conservatory. They have a butterfly thing. You see all these exotic butterflies. It's so many things you can do out there. So it's something to do. It straddles, the address is in Belmont, but it's like Belmont, Gastonia. It is amazing. It is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And you can rent space out there. People can get married out there. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah, me and my husband members there since we bought our house in Gastonia. So it's something we do somewhat frequently. Anyway, so yeah, so that's that's coming. Things are coming. I had something else I wanted to say. I just kind of forgot. Got sidetracked. But yeah, so for today's lecture, so we have 4 classes left, y'all. 4 classes left. And then I'll reapply and see if we, get the grant or whatever. We're still going to keep Sundays here as our community outreach and education. So I don't know what we'll be doing until we hopefully get picked up again for this class. But we only have 4 sessions left of this class. It ends on June 30th. And so we had our midterm super late, 2 weeks ago on Mother's Day or whatever that was. And we started talking about some new topics. But before we move on with our last 4, I wanted to get some feedback from y'all. Are some other topics that we want to go in deeper? Hi, welcome to Love in Action. Welcome back. Are there some topics we want to delve deeper into, or some other topics that we have not touched upon that you would like for us to cover?
I asked something, I need to remember. I asked you about something and you said that's a good topic and I can't remember.
You did, because today I'm going to actually write it down.
So I don't want, if you could get into like the benefits of mushrooms and the different
that's what
ways
it
to
was.
substitute.
That's what
We
it
were
was.
talking, okay.
All right.
There you go.
Mushroom benefits. Okay. Anything else? I want to make sure that this is impactful for you as we close out.
Something with gout. What were you saying? Eating what?
Too much
Oh, no. We know that, right?
Any other topics? Fennel.
Is that a seed?
Fennel is a vegetable that you can use every part of the plant for all sorts of things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like celery and dill to me.
Celery and dill.
Can you mix other things with that when you talk about fennel? Can you talk about all the other exotic seasonings? And I'm trying to think of the other thing that you had that I used once. Man, and you put it in.
That rice that day.
It wasn't rice. I thought she put it in the pasta. Right?
Exotic seasoning.
Oh.
I don't know if I brought anything exotic yet.
It was big, and you said that you could put it to grow if you put it in water.
That was a lot of things.
Not, it looks like scallion. It looks like a
Coconut
massive
82.
scallion.
Oh, the shallot.
No, it wasn't shallot. What's the thing that looks like a big scallion? It's fat.
It's that's the fennel.
Leek.
Oh, leek.
I don't know why.
Oh.
I don't know why.
That's a vegetable, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's part of the onion
What they
family.
use it for soup?
For anything.
Yeah, it's like the onion family. Like
Okay, so you want to know different ways to use. Okay, I didn't know. So leeks are on the exotic list. So fennel. Okay.
Bok choy.
Bok choy. Okay. Okay, it's good to know.
Right, there's a lot of black people who
don't
know
know
about
that
that
then
stuff.
okay.
I probably put it in wrong. It's covine you too.
She just dissed me talking about it.
No, I was not. I was clarifying, making sure.
Not exotic, I'm sorry. Whatever other exotic stuff that you would deem.
I'm grateful for the feedback. So it's all good. It's all good. Okay. Okay, I understand what the question is. And then I had someone else ask about seasoning. I felt like we've talked about a lot about flavor profiles throughout the year. Is that something we still need to talk more about, seasoning or flavor profiles? Or do you all feel like you have somewhat of a handle on that from the class?
So you can talk.
Okay.
That was my
Something like a alternate recipe for like a cheesy based seasoning.
We could talk about cheese. Okay. Cheese inspired is what I like to say. Because it's nothing's going to taste like cheese. If you're looking for the exact replica, no, it does not exist. Cheese inspiration. Okay. It's good enough? Okay. As long as that works for you, Rebecca, it works for me. Cheese inspiration. Okay.
Have you ever given a class on female hormones,
Yes, I do that very regularly about
menopause, or
perimenopause, menopause, male hormone, all that stuff. Like very rare. It's outside the cooking stuff.
so that's something that's on YouTube already?
No, it's not. We can talk about that after class. But yeah, no, I do that very regular. That's actually like a passion. Yeah, that's part of the clinic. Hey, Doris. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank y'all for giving me that feedback. I appreciate it. All right. So there are some things that from our midterm when I was going through the answers to you all that I just want to make sure before we close out. There are certain topics I really want to be hit home, right? And from the midterm, certain things just weren't all the way solidified. And so the one thing, if there's nothing you get out of this class, if there's nothing else you get out of this class, I really want you all to understand the importance of buying organic. And it just did not come through like with bells and whistles when we did the midterm. It didn't. Like every time I asked a question, anything concerning that, it was a lot of hesitation. So I want to make sure that if you leave the class, you understand why it's best for you and your body to do that. That's one thing, right? I felt that the thing that you really all understood the most is about hydration and defecation. I felt like you got those two topics pretty well, right? Which is that's excellent, right? But to make sure you have some things that we were forgetting about why it's so important to masticate, why it's so important to make sure food is not super hot or super cold. Those little points, I felt like they were kind of rusty, okay? So I want to put some WD-40 on those points today, right, to make sure that those are solidified. All right, so I'm going to start by asking you all a question about the whole organic thing, right? Why do I keep harping on this?
It's the closest to natural.
Closest to natural?
Less chemicals as well.
Less or no?
They have some, but I would say partial. Not a lot.
But then it's not organic.
Okay, because y'all were warm, and that's okay. So yes, the soil quality at an organic farm is night and day difference, okay, because it actually has the nutrients in it. Most of the commercialized farms, the nutrients are completely depleted, right? When you're spraying literally like poisonous crap on the soil, what do you expect to happen? Okay. So the soil quality is so much better, and if the soil quality is better, that means the nutrients in the food you're eating is a lot higher. So when you buy organic, you're going to always see they tend to be smaller because it's going to have less water in it, right? They haven't been genetically modified because it can't be genetically modified and organic. It's not eligible to be called organic if it's genetically modified, and then it has a higher nutrient profile. Okay, so you're going to get more nutrients from eating something that's organic than if you have something that's conventionally grown. And you're going to feel fuller faster. So even though you're eating a smaller portion, because you're having more nutrients, you're going to feel fuller faster. Okay, so that's really important. Yes, Margaret? Hi, welcome to Love in Action. Come on in. Go ahead. Well, you're absolutely right. So when you're growing it yourself, if you can let it grow, the zucchini is like it grows overnight. Like literally, it'll be like this, then it's like this. It's like, what happened? Yeah, all the squashes tend to do that. Yes, but in general, if you pick them once they're ripe, they're smaller than conventionally grown. Right. So if you on an organic farm that does it at scale, in mass, they're smaller because they're all being harvested at the same time when they're ripe. When you're growing it like a small crop, it's different, slightly different. Yeah. They can get very big very quickly. Yes. So that's really important. So you want to make sure that, and also because like we've talked about many, many times, the chemicals that they spray on the crops that get into the soil are in the food. Okay. You cannot wash it off. You cannot wash it off the chemicals that are inside the food. Okay. Can you wash off some of the crap that's sprayed on top? Yeah, you can. It's not negating what's in the food, in the cell of the food, okay? And this is why if you just take a look back and look at how unhealthy the United States is and juxtapose that to how often they spray, and all the processed food and all the convenience foods, they all are trending like this. Oh my God. Welcome to Love in Action. Hi, Keisha. Hey, Miss AKA representing, okay. That's a lovely surprise. I got two surprises, Doris and Keisha. That's a double surprise. Right there. Okay. Let me refocus. I'm sorry. I haven't seen her in too long. Okay. Yes. Back to organics. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So that's why it's like super important. Okay. And I just want you to understand that because it's not something you're going to feel immediately. This is the stuff that bioaccumulates in your body, particularly in your fat cells. Right. Even if you're skinny, it doesn't matter. You still have fat. It bioaccumulates in your fat cells. And it takes years and years and years of all these little micro things that builds up. And then you have these weird things that happen to you, or you want to assume that it's part of aging, and it's not. Okay. It's the crap and the chemicals in the food. It's literally the food. It's literally the food. Okay. So I just want to make sure that point is really hit home. It costs 20 cents more per pound to buy organic, and it's worth it. It's 20 cents more per pound for organics. But if more people are buying organics, then economies of scale will bring the prices down, right? Because they see more people want that. So it's something to think about, right? And like we've talked about before, anything that's on that dirty dozen list really should not be a compromise. You really must buy organic, okay? If it's a monetary issue, then buy non-organics off the clean 15 list. But if it's on that dirty dozen list, buy organic. It's something like if it's not organic, when I go to the grocery store, I just won't buy it. Like, so when I do my catering for Daniel Stowe and I don't have the organic kale, they don't get kale that week. I'm not going to go buy conventional kale. I can't, I'm not willing to compromise like that. I'm like, hey, I didn't have enough kale, even for my tarragon, I didn't have enough kale to produce it for y'all this week. It'll be there next week. You just don't have it this week. So that's just what you can eat something else, choose a different green. Okay. Does everybody understand that point and why I keep talking about it? Right? It's really that important. And then it really does taste different. Like, at first I was like, is this mental? Because I know. But when I didn't know, I'm like, this tastes different. And I realized it was like, it truly does taste different. So it tastes better to me. It tastes better. You can actually taste what the vegetable is or whatever it is that you're eating. It tastes more of itself. And then when you taste conventional, girl, it's like a masked, I don't know. Especially fruit. It's a huge difference. So for me, like, especially, in the cooking world, flavor, if it ain't tasting right, I just can't rock with it. I just can't do it. So that's that. Okay, so if I pop quiz you all on organics, hopefully it won't be so rusty next time. Maybe have some lubrication in the memory cells now. I hope so. Are there any questions about the organics and why it's so important for you? Yes.
Usually get like organic tomatoes and stuff. Do you have to go to a farmer's market or Whole Foods? Sometimes I go to those places like grapes. I've been looking. I cannot find organic grapes.
Those are hard. Those are hard. Okay, so the question is, where do you get organic food? And she specified tomatoes and grapes. Okay, so let me answer the general question first. Every store carries organics. So, and then like I've always keep telling you all, please talk to your produce manager. Please talk to your grocery store manager. All the stores I shop at regularly, because I go to ask Rasha. I go to grocery pretty much every single day, don't I? Pretty much. They all know me when I come in there, and they already know. I'm like, look, y'all not ordering enough of this, okay? I don't want to have to drive to Charlotte. I live in Gastonia, for those who don't know. I don't have to drive to Charlotte for this. Y'all need to order this, okay? They want you to buy it. They will order it. So at first they might order it just for any, or Naija Goddess, or whatever you all call me. They might order it just for me, and then they'll order a couple of extras, and then when the people buy it, then they buy more. Then they'll have like a little section. Hey, Darlene, welcome to Love in Action. And so they'll have it for you. So then, like in Gastonia, they got a lot of stuff they don't have at the grocery stores near here. They don't. Like, they really don't. But because I keep asking for it, they order it. They do. They have it there. So just know they work for you. They want you to come to their store. They want you to buy from their store. So if they know that there's some type of market for it, they will. Now, like around this, because we're in a food desert intentionally, right? We chose to be in a food desert because people don't have access to food. They don't have access to to healthy things. So a lot of these stores right here, they don't have vegan options. And when they try to have it, it sells out, or they discontinue it. They discontinue it because like this food desert area is not seemingly buying that, right? But you have to keep trying. So you have to go to other places. But if you keep requesting it, then they will do it. Okay, so that's something don't be scared. Talk to especially that produce manager. Talk to them. Okay. Let them know your face. Like, oh, here she comes. Like, I'm like, where's the kale, y'all? Like, y'all short me on the kale. Like, you need to order this in a timely manner, okay? In a loving way, and they will absolutely do that and support you, okay? Who has done that apart from me? You've done it, Yvonne? Angela, you've done it? You've never done it? You're just like, oh, they don't have it. Oh well. Okay. I understand if you're not in the cooking world, I can understand why that can be like that, but you can do that.
So like with organic, like if I wanted organic tomato and I tell them at Food Line or wherever I go, then they might just bring the grape tomato. I might want beefsteak tomato or something like that.
Tell them.
Have,
You tell them. But every grocery store now has an organic section. Walmart's got a decent organic section. Most organics are in purple, for whatever they chose purple as organics, okay? Food Line has organic. Aldi has mostly all organic fruits and veg. They changed about a year, mostly organic. They made a pledge about a year or two ago.
all of their vegetables,
Most of their vegetables are organic. Most of
they
them.
have them listed as organic as well?
Yeah, they do. They did a change. They did a change about a year or so ago, and they made a commitment to making sure that most of their veg is organic. Yeah, they did. Aldi has it. But every grocery store has an organic section, so make sure you're familiar with that section, right? And some place is going to have more, like a Whole Foods, it's going to have more organic. Trader Joe's is going to have more organic.
Those things have gold on it instead, though.
Gold.
They have, it's organic, plus they have gold sprinkled on it.
But I don't go to Whole Foods often because we don't have one in Gastonia. So if I go, it's when I leave the restaurant and I go to one uptown. But I mainly shop Harris Teeter and Publix. That's the one that really, really know me. And if there's a Food Line that's closer to my house. Those are the three stores I go to most often. But because I know you all go to different groceries, I go to different groceries to see what they have. And so that way, when y'all ask me where you can get stuff from, I can tell you. You know, that's my spare time. If it's not a bookstore, it's a grocery store. So, so yeah, there's that. So to answer the question, always the farmer's market is the first choice. And at the farmer's market, talk to the farmer because they may not have organic seal because it's very expensive to get that seal in that certification process. But they will tell you what they use. They might say, no, we are an organic farm. We just don't have the seal. They'll tell you. Or they say we spray and we use neem oil or whatever, and we don't use any pesticide. They will tell you that. They're happy to tell you all about their process, okay? So the farmer's market is the best one. The one I like the best is, I'm probably biased, but it's Charlotte Regional, the one that's near here. I love going to that farmer's market and talking to all the farmers there. They're always super helpful. They always give great deals, and you can get a large quantity as well. So that's always the first. The next place I would say, of course, would be like your tower garden, okay? Like, you should be growing your own fruits and veg on your tower garden. And like today, I harvested some of the basil that we're going to put in the salad today from the tower garden, okay? So, yeah, that's the first choice. Outside of that, if you're still in the seedling phase because you're waiting for them to sprout, right, then you go to the farmer's market. After that, any grocery store, because they all have organic, right? I'm not going to say Publix, then Harris Teeter, then, I mean, all of them have it, okay? And then as far as grapes, because they realize people really like eating seedless grapes, and most of the grapes are not going to be organic because they're genetically modified. So you can't, if it's non-GMO, it cannot be organic, right? It can still be sprayed with stuff, but just not genetically modified. If it's organic, it cannot be genetically modified. Most of the grapes are genetically modified, that's why you don't really see organic grapes. So when you see like these cotton candy flavored grapes and gumdrop grapes, that's all genetically modified, so it will never be organic, okay? So, question, yes.
I saw at Sprouts,
Yeah.
they actually have green grapes that I've been looking for, but they're still seedless. But they have this few that starts with the 9. So does that mean that it's organic?
They do have organic grapes, and if you see organic grapes, they're going to either be green grapes or red grapes. They're not going to be those other ones, right? It's not going to be those, right? But it's not everywhere. Most places don't have organic grapes. So 9 means organic. Correct. Yeah, because the 5-digit PLU number, the 9 means is organic in this area. Yes, ma'am. Can you say it a little bit louder?
Uptown
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yes. You say, Laura, I can't hear you. Uh-huh. Yes. Okay, so she's asking a question about the PLU number, okay? So I don't think I have on this red bell pepper. Let me see. I don't. Okay, because I had already washed it. So there's a sticker that comes on produce, right? If it's a 4-digit number that begins with a 4, that means it's conventionally grown. If it's a 4-digit number that begins with a 3 or an 8, it is genetically modified. If it is a 5-digit number that begins with a 9, it means it's organic, okay? And if it's a 5-digit number that begins with anything else, it means it is genetically modified but grown organically. Okay, but they can't call it organic. I'm just telling you that. Okay, okay. So there are some now with the stuff like that appeal thing that Bill Gates came out with they can make this look like this 2 months from now that they spray on it. They don't have to label it. They don't label it, and they can still be listed as organic, even though it has that stuff on it. So if you see apples that are all shiny, if you don't see any imperfections, that's a telltale sign that it's most likely been sprayed with that. So just be aware of that. Okay, especially like your lemons, limes, apples, orange, stuff that looks shiny and peel. You want to be really careful about buying stuff like that, because one, if it's not the appeal stuff that's on there, then they used to put beeswax, but now it's a human grade plastic that's edible that they put on it, right? Because they're saying y'all don't buy fruits and vegetables that look ugly. They're saying we have a higher yield when it looks pretty because you all buy it, right? And so when it has the imperfection like it is grown in nature, they sit there and they have way more wastage. So that's why the stores are doing those kind of things, because we need y'all to buy it, but then that's what you're eating. Yeah, so that's what it is. So that's the PLU number. Now that price lookup number is not anything that's standardized nationally, so they can make a change at any time. Okay, it is something that the grocery stores use to identify produce in their markets. All right, it is not a national mandated thing, so they can change it today and be like, okay, it starts with 9, it's genetically modified. There's no law. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's a grocery store's tracking system for their produce. Okay.
That if it is genetically modified but organic, the number is...
It'll be a 5-digit number that does not begin with a 9. Yep. The main thing is a 5-digit number begins with a 9 is organic. Anything else is conventionally grown or genetically modified. That's the easiest way to think of it. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, we're almost at the end of our lecture portion. Yeah, of course. Uh-huh.
I know some of them come seedless, and some, but even the ones that look like authentic seeds.
Okay.
There's something, I just bought some, and I'm like, something's wrong.
Okay, so for our last question or topic of the day, let's talk about the whole seedless thing. Something being seedless, even though it's not naturally occurring seedless, does not make it genetically modified. It makes it a hybrid, okay? Hybrid doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. It can, well, let me not say bad or good, because I don't like to put those words like that. Optimal. A bee could decide to pollinate a different flower, and then something new creates from that, right? It's a hybrid, but it's naturally occurring. The wind can blow and pollinate something, right? Stuff is naturally occurring like that. So for something's a hybrid, versus someone that says purposefully, I want to take this and crossbreed this to create this, then that's unnatural hybridization, okay? So you have natural and unnatural. So that's what I'm saying. Just hybrid in general doesn't make it bad, okay? So just keep that in mind. Not when it says genetically modified, that specifically means in a lab. Okay, so like the tomatoes, I always tell you this is because it's so disturbing to me. They take the genes of a fish and put it in the tomato because it keeps the tomatoes from bruising when they're traveling, and it keeps them from right. So when you buy genetically modified tomatoes, that's what they've used in that, right? Now that makes it one is not vegan. Okay, it's no longer vegan, but apart from that, for folks who don't care about that, it is. I just don't want that. If I was choosing to eat a dead fish, then let me just eat the dead fish. I don't want that in the tomato. Okay, but they do that. They'll take the genes of certain things that would be good in something else to make it more profitable, so they can last long. Because if you think about it from their perspective, tomatoes bruise very easily. They spoil very quickly. They are then to try to counter that. They pick them when they're unripe, so that the skin is tougher, right? So when they do it from seed and they create a different type of tomato that can withstand all that, just like they have like Roundup Ready seeds. So the Roundup can be sprayed on them so that the fruit or vegetable will still grow and is resistant to it, but everything else around it dies, right? That's genetic modification. That's what you don't want to eat, okay? I don't want somebody in the lab creating this stuff, even though they think they're doing it for good reasons. But that's what it's coming down to, right? So that's why I'm saying genetically modified is something that I don't prefer. I don't want to say bad, but I don't prefer. Hybridization naturally occurs because kale's a hybrid. Most of the fruits and vegetables we eat are hybrids, right? It just stuff, wind blows, birds go to different trees and pollinate, bees go to different plants and pollinate. It just can happen, okay? It can happen. Yes, ma'am.
Like the Impossible Burger.
Uh-huh. Okay, so she's asking about the Impossible Burger. So the quote unquote vegan meats, the Beyonds and the Impossibles and the things like that, those are. Okay, let me step back first. Impossible specifically, if I have an indulgence like a mock meat, it is not impossible because impossible. Hey, Coretta, welcome to Love in Action. It's not impossible because impossible is specifically made with genetically modified ingredients. Okay, so even though that is the meat that tastes most like cow, I just can't rock with that because it's just genetically modified. I just can't do it. So if I have an indulgence and eat a mock meat, it is beyond because they specifically do not use genetically modified ingredients and they are actually working on an organic version. So that's just something to be aware of. In general, those mock meats are not there for your health. It's there to help you transition from eating dead cow, dead ox, dead everything what else you're eating, okay? So that's what that's there for. It's just to help transition people that just feel like they need to see meat on a plate until they realize they don't need to see meat on a plate. Okay, but it's not a health food. It's not it's an indulgence. I consider it to be an indulgence. Yep. Okay, she's asking me what meat would I prefer y'all to eat if you're going to eat. And I don't want to say meat, dead animal. Okay, let me say what it is. What dead animals do I authorize if I'm going to say? I don't authorize any dead animals. Okay. I do not authorize any, okay? Any does not authorize any dead animals, okay? But what I have said is, if you so choose to eat this innocent dead animal, okay, I'm trying, okay? If that's what you so choose, because if you have free will, right? Make sure that it's 25% or less of your plate. It should not exceed the size of your palm. Okay, the portion of should not exceed this size, right? It should not be a big old hunk of steak on your plate with two pieces of asparagus, right, and a huge thing of mashed potatoes loaded with butter and sour cream. All right, that's all wrong. Okay, let's not do that. If you're going to do that, if you're going to consume those innocent dead animals, make sure it is not CAFO meat. Make sure it is organically raised, that is pasture raised, that they are organic, have an organic feed. It's best to go to a butcher that you know the animal that they slaughtered, right? That's the best way if you're going to do that. Like my sister, who up until very recently, she would always go to a butcher. They knew that's the cow. Kill that cow, and they butcher the cow, and then they have meat for months, okay? And then they know that the cow was always outside. The cow always ate the grass. They weren't giving any antibiotics. That's the kind of meat you want to eat. If you're going to eat anything that's swimming in the sea, make sure it's wild caught, not farm raised. That means they're swimming in their own feces all day with all kinds of crap and issues. You want to make sure if you're going to spend the money, right? Don't buy that crap from Walmart because that stuff's been cloned. I mean, because they allow clone meat now and it's not labeled. Okay, it's not labeled. And you can see the texture difference. It gets real stringy and all that. When you buy a whole pack of chicken for $3, just think about what it is. Okay, so if you're going to still consume the dead animals, buy the best dead animals you can. Make sure they actually had some kind of life, that they ate what they were designed to eat before they were killed. Okay, that's the best way I can say it. But I don't authorize it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I don't authorize it. Yeah.
How can you tell if fish is wild caught or not?
It will say it. They have to list if it's wild. It's required.
But somehow I don't trust them.
I understand that. Okay, so fish, when you buy fish, it shouldn't smell like fish. That's the first step. If it smells fishy, leave that thing right
I
there.
don't have a good smell, so I don't know.
Oh, well,
Just go to the Caribbean.
yeah. Yeah. So I think we're about to be at a little bit of our time. Yeah. But y'all, this is a healthy discussion. Any other quick questions, or y'all good? Y'all understand about the authorized? I don't authorize any animal to be consumed. That's my professional and personal opinion, because you don't need it. If it's something you need it to sustain life, then I would say, yeah, you need it to sustain life. But when you have everything, God put everything on this earth for us that didn't involve killing, right? We weren't born with a knife or a machine gun, right? We just weren't born with that. We were born with feet and arms where we can reach and grab things and dig things out the ground. That's what we're designed to do. That's what we're designed. Our bodies are not made for that. So you don't need it. But if you choose to have it, it's okay. Just do it in the best way possible. Make sure 75% of your plate is still plants, right? So it's a judgment-free. This is a judgment-free zone. Just do it in the best way possible for you that works for you, okay? Oh, it's definitely judgment-free. Look, I've been doing this for how many years now? Ain't nobody I associate with vegan, okay? No one other than my husband. That took a while, okay? My business partner is the only person I know who's in my circle that's vegan. Everyone else is not vegan, okay? So it's just, I don't look at them. It's no one else. No one else in my family, okay? No one else in my family. None of my friends. They're not. They haven't made improvements. Right. They're veganish. They're vegan mainly. Okay, they're veganish. Yes. So when I say judgment free, I mean judgment free. I feel the same about them. I just understand they're doing the best that they can where they are, and that's great. Even making the small improvements, you don't have to do a whole complete change. The small change you make over time adds up. Okay, and when people come up to me and say, I'm not vegan, but my A1C went down. I'm not vegan, but, all these things that happen to me, that's what makes me feel good, okay? It's not like, oh, you're still eating dead animals, shame on you. No, never, ever is that the case, okay? And it doesn't mean that you cannot be healthy and consume dead animals, because you can, all right? I can't be a hypocrite and say, you can't be healthy if you still, in some small shape, or form, eat dead animals. You absolutely can still be healthy and do that. But I'm saying you don't have to kill the animals to do that. You don't have to pollute the earth to do that. There's so many other things you don't have to do that. Okay? So that's why when I say judgment free, I really truly do mean that. Okay? I'm just here to show you how to do it in a plant-based way. That's all. So that you have informed choice. Okay? All right. Who? Carolyn. Yep.
How long was this class?
We started January, the second week in January through June 30th. So this is a 6-month run. Yep. Hi, welcome, Love in Action. Okay, y'all. So we have to get going for our non-cook day, okay? All right. So I see Sharon's not here, so she's not going to give me that. That's not a dessert. We have something that is sweet, and then we have our main thing. So do you want to start with breakfast, or y'all want to start with lunch/dinner? Breakfast. Okay. We're going to go sweet first. All right, that's cool. That's cool with me. All right. So I'm gonna wash my hands. All right. So the sweet one is not on the website because I just hadn't done it yet. Okay. So this is called a fruit and nut overnight oats. And the reason why I really like this recipe is because it meal preps extremely well. It is super healthy and very filling. So anybody who might be on a weight loss journey, I've recently lost 23 pounds. I don't know, because all the stuff I know what I'm doing, and then I would never focus on weight loss. Although previous weight I lost, it just came off naturally. And I didn't care because I was I had always been fat. But I was I'm still cute and I feel good. That's all that matters. But now it's well, now let me actually slim it down some. Let me actually, actually, not that I'm putting a whole lot of effort. I'm thinking about it this time. Yeah, I'm just let me. No, I'm I'm going to slim down. I just said I'm going to slim down. So that's all. I'm not pressed or stressed, but I just said I'm going to slim down. I never told myself that before. So that's what I'm doing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Fine. If you eat a plant-based diet, I noticed lately I started thinking about, I don't really have to think about weight loss if you're eating healthy.
You don't have to think about
It
it.
comes off kind of naturally from what I'm saying.
It came, the previous 80 pounds of loss came off by itself. I didn't do anything, right? Then when I kind of just plateaued, see, the difference is I'm a chef, right? So I'm around food all the time, and I'm eating at odd hours and I have long hours. So I'm eating, when I tell y'all not to eat is when I'm eating, and then I'm overindulgent on the things. I'm like, oh my God, that was amazing. Right? So it's hard. It was hard, but then it's like, no, I know better, so let me just do better, right? I know better, so I'm just not going to, but it's very easy to, in the chef world, to just, you start making stuff, like we just start making stuff back there, and it's just like, it's really good. I'm like, we should put this on the menu. Like, this is really good. Do I not do that all the time? All the time. All the time.
Did you put it on the menu, whatever was really good?
No, right?
Yes. The new menu kicks off tomorrow. You will see a lot more things. We have a lot more health forward things. That's on the menu.
That was really good.
That's on the menu. That is definitely on the menu. I didn't bring any utensils. Lord have mercy. All right. So when I'm making this, and this is how I make it for Daniel Stowe. So here I have almond butter. And again, if you don't like almond butter, or if you have an allergy, a nut allergy, that's totally okay. You can use a sunflower seed butter, a pumpkin seed butter. Particularly in the morning, you want to have a healthy fat, right? So it's something that's going to keep you satiated. This is what's going to make you feel full. So we start off with a runny. Don't buy that Jiffy, Skippy, PD, whatever it is, whatever that stuff is. All right, when you do any kind of nut or seed butter, it should just be that and maybe sea salt. It shouldn't have oils and sugars and all the crap. Okay, it should just be almonds and salt. Okay, so that's the first thing. And if it costs you $1 or $2 more, so be it. Okay, or you can make your own at home, which is it's very easy to do. All right, but I know y'all ain't trying to do all that, so. No, I actually mix it back in. If you throw that oil out, the bottom is going to be super dry and clumpy, and you don't want that. You just mix it in and actually store it upside down. So it always does that. All right. So I take the almond butter. I'm just going to show you what I do. And so I start off with the seed base after I add in the sweetener. So I'm using here a maple syrup. I didn't have a chance. It was closed. Like when I leave here, I'm close to 8. I keep missing them. So you can use molasses. That is technically good stuff. So that's maple syrup, and I take the maple syrup and I'm going to mix this in, and I'm going to sweeten my own nut butter, right? So if you bought the peanut butter or whatever that's already sweetened, you don't really need this, okay? So I do this, so now that's all the sweetness is all going to get. Unless you like it more sweet, then so be it, okay? Like I said, if you're not there yet, do it where you like it so that you'll eat it. Okay, so next I'm going to pour some chia seeds. Now, who can tell me why chia seeds are so important and why they're so good for you? Oops, fiber, yes, excellent, high in fiber. What else? It does have high protein. What else? What's the main thing that it has that a lot of other things don't have? So the soluble fiber, yes, that does that. Angela, that's correct. But what does this have that helps with inflammation that a lot of other things don't have? It has omega-3s, omega-3 fatty acids, right? Okay, and what does this flaxseed have? It has omega-3 fatty acids, okay, and the fiber, and some protein, okay? So we already got a lot of protein. We've got a lot of omega-3s going on, right? So we're mixing that in. And then we've got hemp seeds. So what do we have with the hemp seeds? Right? High in protein and high in what else? Hi, welcome to Love and Action, Superior. What a great surprise. Wow. We got a legend in the building, y'all. Awesome. Okay, yes, and hemp seeds are also very high in omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, also high in fiber, also high in protein. So that's already a pretty good base. Okay, wouldn't you say? Okay, so now I've mixed it up. So the reason why I like to do it like this is because as we fold everything in for this overnight oats, this ensures everything's coated evenly with stuff. It's not kind of like clumpy. So that's that. So the next part I do, I add in dried fruit on this version. So if you go to my YouTube channel, I have two videos of overnight oats. One I did 5 years ago, and one I did earlier this year, at the end of last year. And that uses fresh fruit. Now, when you're selling it, you can't have fresh fruit. It's only going to last a day. But if you use dry fruit, it rehydrates, and then it doesn't have the water content that's going to make it go bad. So this is why this can be a meal prep for up to 5-6 days in your fridge, right? So by using the dry fruit, all right? Yes. Versus if I put fresh fruit in. Now, you can always add fresh fruit on top when you're about to eat it, okay? But when you're preparing it and making it like this, I would say use the dried fruit, okay?
What is that, raisin?
So this particular mix here, because y'all are just mixing it all up, we have dried cranberries, cherries, and blueberries. You know, I'm a blueberry girl, but yeah.
I've heard that dried fruit is not really good for you. Is that true?
So, you know, it's always a little bit of truth in something, right? So the comment she made is, I heard dried fruit's not good for you. Fruit is fruit if it's dried. So if I have what's it called? A dehydrator at home.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You put the fruit in there, you dehydrate. It's just removing the water. It's still the fruit, okay? Does it intensifies the level of nutrients in there. So sometimes the iron goes up, the magnesium goes up, and sometimes the sugar goes up, right? But these are natural sugars. So when people say dry fruit isn't good for you, they're talking about the natural sugar content for people who are anti-sugar when our body runs on sugar, proper sugar. Okay, so the main thing is you want to make sure you get proper dried fruit that's not covered in oil with additional sugar added and sulfur added to preserve the color. You want to buy natural dried fruit.
Okay.
That's the difference. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So now I've got all this coated. Yes, ma'am. Oh. Okay. Thank you so much. You're so amazing. Okay. So we've done that. And the next thing I like to do is add in the oats, okay? Because the rest, the seeds, nuts and seeds can be after. So I just add in the oats. And then I make sure that everything's covered. This is going to be my meal prep. I already did y'all's, unless y'all want to take some of this home. But
She just put,
Bob's Red Mill. You know, organic. Now, oats is one of those crops that's heavily sprayed with pesticides.
Okay, that's how I was
Okay, so oats or wheat are something you really want to make sure you buy organic. Because all these people thinking they have celiac disease or everyone wanting to be gluten free, it's not so much that people need to be gluten free. It's because wheat is so heavily. It's one of the top. It's like cotton than wheat in terms of top crops sprayed with pesticide. And because people are having a reaction to the pesticide spray on the wheat, and then they feel like they can't eat gluten, and that's where that's coming from. Okay, so make sure your oats are organic. So most of the time, if you buy Quaker oats, I've never seen a organic Quaker oats yet. If you find it, let me know, but I haven't seen it.
because I had read through about the oats.
I would leave it alone.
You don't hear that.
Penny, now they're actually telling people to stop buying oats.
Yes, I've been hearing about that, and you know, it's always more propaganda that comes out. Like I said, if you have an allergy or you don't like it, then that's one thing. Like my sister hates oats; she hates oats, and like I hate grits. Right? Since we were children, she would eat grits, I would eat oatmeal because I just couldn't do it. Right? But when I made this for her, she's like, you know what? I actually like this. I could actually eat this. You know, so. Yeah, because she thinks it's slop. It looks like slop to her. She don't like it. So, all right. So now I'm adding pumpkin seeds. So what's pumpkin seeds? What's good in pumpkin seeds? Zinc, magnesium, protein,
I just eat because it was hot.
vitamin E. Okay, and then I'm adding in almonds. What's so great about almonds?
Well, it's a protein.
Healthy fats, vitamin E, which is also antioxidant. Yes, baby. Healthy fats by me. Thanks, chef. You said what? It is very healthy for you, baby. You did a great job, Adante. Perfect answer. Okay. So I add in the pumpkin seeds. I add in the almonds. And then this is not prescriptive. So if you don't like almonds or whatever, put in what you like. If you like macadamia nuts, you like whatever. Okay. Put in what you like that you're going to eat. Nuts are good for you. Seeds are good for you. Not to overconsume them is the key. Okay. They are very high calorie. Okay. Okay. So now we've got everything in the mix, and it's all been touched in that almond butter blend. So now we just add our milk. So last week or the week before, y'all asked me which milk I like if I don't make it myself. This is one of the brands I like because it's 2 ingredients, okay? They have a cashew, an almond, an oat, and a walnut, okay? So I buy this specific brand is always at Publix, always. They have it at Target sometimes. They have it at Earth Fare. They also have it at Sprouts, but they have like $1 more at Sprouts per bottle. Okay, and so now you're just going to add in the milk until it just covers the oats, and you're going to let it sit for a second. Because what's going to thicken this? What in here is a thickener? The chia seeds, right? And the flax. It's also a thickener, yes. And then the oats are going to swell because they're going to absorb the liquid, right? So that's why you're not having to cook the oats, because you can just kind of eat them. That's why they're overnight oats. Now, the oats I made them before I came here, so they're not overnight oats. They're like 4-hour oats, okay, or whatever. But you'll get the point. Okay, you'll get the point. So now I just poured it. So now you'll see in like 10 minutes, it'll look totally different because the oats and the chia seeds would have absorbed that liquid. Okay?
What about that trend where people are taking adding water to make their milk?
Yes. I don't know if it's a trend. People have been doing that for a long time. So you can take, it's a cheat way. If you're not, it depends on what you're making with them, say like that. So if you want to make your own like nut milks at home and you don't want to strain and do all the things or buy the contraptions, what you can do, you can take like 2 tablespoons of almond butter into a quart of water and blend it, and you've got almond milk. It actually like turns like white and all that. And that's something that it depends on what I'm using it for. I'll put it in something where it's not the predominant flavor. If I want to actually taste almond milk or drink almond milk, that's not the way I would do it, because it just has a different taste and flavor. But yeah, that's that. So if I could, Angela, yep. She's going to come around with spoons, and she's going to hand you all an overnight oats. And then we'll get started on our next thing. Adante, baby, go back and get me a bowl, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. Just type in oats. This recipe is not there. It's on my YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay, the question from Pastor is, what is my stance on agave versus honey? Okay, both have their place. One, I would say just off gate, honey is not considered vegan because it comes from a bee. Okay. However, there are vegans who consume honey as long as they know the beekeeper and they know that they were only taking the excess honey and the bees weren't killed in the smoking process like they kill off a lot of bees. If the bees aren't being harmed and it's truly their excess, then there's some vegans, and I'm in that camp where I will consume some honey. Okay. Honey is a natural preservative. It's full of lots of vitamins and minerals. It's the only thing that has no expiration date. Okay, so it is great. However, it is very, very high on the glycemic index. So people who are not eating a fully healthy diet or have blood sugar issues, honey should not be on the list. Okay, agave is a natural sweetener that comes from a plant, and its claims to fame is that it is very low in glucose. It's very high in fructose. Fructose is what you're going to get when you eat an apple, right? So that's why if you are a diabetic, that's why it's considered diabetic friendly, because it's not going to spike your blood glucose because it doesn't really have any glucose in it. It's going to spike your fructose, which is a natural sugar to the body. So that's why most vegans you'll see use agave. Yes. But I'm cool with either one. But the honey, and the other thing, just for people in general, honey is a whole scandal with honey. I don't know if you know, most of the honey in the grocery store that you're buying is not even real honey. Okay, so that's a whole other thing. There's so much information out about that. So just be sure you know the source. Okay, so for those who didn't get any, so we had more than 23 people then. Okay, this batch, you'll get this batch. Okay, in like 10 minutes. All right, so y'all can go ahead and give that a whirl and tell me what you think. Okay, fruit and nut overnight oats. And this will be in the grab and go starting tomorrow. Yes, sir.
The other thing about honey is to buy
Local honey. Local honey. And then for those of you who are still consuming breast milk of a cow, right, and you're still having allergies that you think are normal, right? If you consume the local honey, that will really help with anaphylactic shock. Oh, you brought me a huge bowl. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. I didn't, but it's okay. I'm just glad you brought me a bowl. Thank you so much. Yes.
What do you think about Manuka?
Manuka honey is something different. I quite love Manuka honey. Manuka honey is specific to New Zealand. And Manuka honey, you want to make sure you're buying that. It's going to be very pricey because these bees feed on one particular type of flower that produce a whole host of additional benefits that traditional honey does not. It has a very distinct flavor and it's very medicinal, and I support it, such as long as grown the way it's supposed to be grown. Yes, ma'am.
Manuka honey at Whole Foods is $30-something.
It is.
TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Kroger, they have it, and it's about $13, but for a very tiny jar.
Okay. So Manuka honey is another thing because honey in general, there's such a controversy about it because, like I said, most of the honey is fake honey off gate, okay? And when you buy real honey, so Manuka honey, there's classifications of Manuka honey. You have to see the number seals on there. If you don't see it, it's not authentic Manuka honey. And that's what that extra testing that you're paying for is why it's another reason why it's also so expensive. So you'll see Manuka honey, they'll say in a lot of things, but it's not truly Manuka honey. So just be careful that if it's too cheap and you don't see all the testing that they'll say on there, you may not understand what it says, but it's a lot of testing on there. If you don't see that it's not true Manuka honey, it has to have that certification and seal from, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But if it doesn't say that, it's not actually Manuka honey. It can be inspired by Manuka honey, but it's not Manuka honey. Okay? Okay. Okay.
oats, it gives her
Gives her what? Is there organic oats? Have you made sure it's organic oats? It's the pesticides. I'm telling you, it's extremely heavily sprayed with that. Now, the other thing is if you switch to organic and it's still giving you an issue, then you are sensitive. Bye, Superior. Love you. Then you should use spelt. Okay? Spelt oats are great. Okay, so now we're going to transition over to our chickpea salad. This is one of my OG recipes, so that is on my website, but I never made a video on it on my YouTube channel, as I'm so behind on that. So I'm going to show you all how to make it, and this too will be in the grab and go starting tomorrow. Okay, I just want to make sure that you all like it. All right, so this is super simple, and this is one of those recipes that not only does it meal prep really well and will last more than a week in your fridge because the vinegar in it acts as a preservative. The longer it sits, the better it tastes. Hi, welcome to Love in Action. How y'all doing? Come on in. You can come and order right there. All right, so we're starting off with 14 ounces of organic chickpeas, okay? So if you all still using canned beans, then that'll be 1 can of beans, organic, okay? If you still choose to do that, that's cool. Not really, but it's cool. All right, my last spoon here. Okay, and you can follow along with me on my website. So if you go to the Naija Goddess, TheNaija Goddess, GODDESS, you will, and then at the top, you don't even have to click on recipes now. You can just click on the search bar and click on and type in chickpea, and you'll see it come up, chickpea salad.
Is that garlic?
This is minced garlic. I chopped it up. You put as much garlic as you like. I'm just going to be cautious with you all a little bit today, just so you can taste the flavor. All right, it's a huge bowl. And we're going to add in some red onion, raw. So this is a highly raw dish. The only thing that's cooked in this are the chickpeas. Okay, it's really good. Remember I said in our healthy sweet 16, you should eat something raw every day, and you should eat something green every day. Okay. Okay, so just rocking and rolling with this. So now it's been a minute since I've done some technique. So I just wanted to refresh your memory of not the way, but a way to cut your bell pepper. Okay. Who recalls? Yep. There we go. So here is the way I like to do it. Is not the way. So we're going to start off. So I have a chef knife. Everyone should invest in a chef knife. Do you have to spend hundreds of dollars or $1,000 in a chef knife? You do not. But everyone should have a proper chef knife in your kitchen. Okay, because this is your food processor and this is your everything. Okay, when you get a proper knife, and like I said, you can spend $10 on a chef knife. But just make sure you keep it sharp, because the most dangerous tool in a kitchen is a dull knife.
I've noticed.
Okay, that's the most dangerous tool in the kitchen. So when you get a knife, how you hold it, you take your thumb and index finger, you grab it here, and then you drop your hand. Okay, there's none of this. There's none of this. Okay, that is dangerous, especially this. You don't have control. When you do like this, you have full control of your knife, and it's just an extension of your arm. Okay, you should be able to do everything with this knife in your hand. Okay, so let's do that. So the first thing that I do, you cut off the bottom. And I say this too, especially when you're in a restaurant thing. If people want to just throw this away, what's wrong with this? Nothing. Okay, don't do that. So now that you cut the bottom off, now you can see the inside, and now you can cut away from the seeds. Okay, so now, and then the white pith, you can cut right past that. So you go straight down, no seeds. Okay, you go straight down, no seeds. Do it again, no seeds, and then cut around this white pith, no seeds. Very minimal wastage. Now you can take these seeds and plant them and grow your own bell pepper. Okay, so now next part, you can take this part here, and what I do at home when I'm making a big batch, I have a chopper, so I can just slam it and keep my life moving. But I'm just going to show you how to do it if you don't want to do all that, or you don't have a chopper. Now you take the same knife that you're going to hold properly, okay, because you have full control over this. And your hand, you see my gloves, you make a claw. Do not do like this, especially if you have fingernails. You make a claw so that when the knife is going against you, it's going flush against before your knuckles. Okay, it shouldn't be like this where your nails or your finger could get chopped off. It should only be like, it can't do anything here. Can y'all see that? Okay, so you hold your hand like that. Then you take your knife and you just make slices, and you make them as wide or as thin as you like. Okay, and then as you get used to this, you can go faster, faster, and faster. Now I like to do this without gloves. And then you turn it around, and you can make whatever size dices, whatever you want. If you want to leave them as sticks, you can do that. If it's a stir fry, I'll probably leave them like this, right? But this, you just want things to be bite size. So then you take the knife, and so you see how chefs we do like this, right? It's a rocking motion. This is what you're doing. And you're taking this hand and you're just scooting it over. Okay, that's all you're doing. But before you get to that point, before you try to be Bobby Flay and all that, just go slow. Go slow. Okay, keep your fingers, and you'll get faster over time. Now, I had to learn how to redo it because I've told you all, I have no feel in this hand. This hand is deformed, okay? Even though I'm not claiming that, but I have no feel in this hand, so I have to relearn how to do everything in this hand. So I used to just, now I have to my brain has to tell my hand to do this, all right? So I don't fly through it anymore. I want to keep my fingers on my left hand, okay? So if I can do it, you have no excuse. You can do it too, okay? Because I can't feel a thing. Anyway, so I turn around, and then you just do the same thing. So you just cut, you make the rocking motion. Y'all see that? And this, when you do that rocking motion, when you come back down, that's what makes sure it slices through. right? That's what's ensuring that. Because if you just do like this up and down, it can miss. Especially if you go fast, you can just miss, and then you'll have uneven cuts, and everything won't be cut through. Y'all understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm gonna just leave it like that. All right. So then you have all your bell pepper. We're gonna put it in our huge bowl that my baby brought. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use that tonight. All right, so we're almost there with our salad. So the next thing, let me go ahead and finish the whole knife demonstration part. So I told you I harvested off our tower garden here this basil, the best basil you can get. So now we're going to do a chiffonade. Who knows of a chiffonade? Okay, sounds fancy, I suppose, right? Because it's French. So all you're going to do is take some basil leaves. I'm going to do this for all the basil. I'm going to show you a smaller example first. And you're going to roll it up like a cigar. And actually, I'm going to have to take my gloves off, y'all, for this. I already washed my hands, but with the hand I can't feel, something this small, I need to touch it. Okay. And you take your knife, once it's rolled up like that. Hi, welcome, Love in Action. Welcome, y'all. Come over here and order if you want. Okay. And so when you do this, and you have a cutting board that doesn't slide around like this, when you do this, it makes beautiful strings. Okay? That's called a chiffonade. Okay? Chifffonade. Chiffonade. That's what you do. You just roll it up and then you slice it. To what? I actually take mine to a knife sharpener because again, with my I can't trust that I'm doing it 100%. I have a little quick one at home just to keep it kind of, yeah. But at the farmer's market here at Charlotte Regional, I take it to the guy there, and he does it right there, and yeah, that's where I do it. And then sometimes I go to Sur Top where I bought my knives, my knives from, and they have a knife sharpener there too. Sur Top, it's in South Park Mall. Okay. So y'all see that? It's very simple. And you got this beautiful basil. Okay. So whenever you see your basil like that, next time you know how that happened. All right. Okay. So that's all the technique. So let me just throw back in some technique. Okay. All right. So we have the core components of our salad. The next part we're going to add is I'm using white balsamic vinegar. And I go between this particular vinegar and champagne vinegar. Now, for Daniel Stowe, I'd use this more often because the champagne vinegar is so expensive. But I just love the flavor. It's on the top shelf of most grocery stores. It's in the California vinegar collection. I think in my recipe I said 2 tablespoons, but... Okay. Yeah. But before you get to... it's vinegar before it becomes wine anyway. So it's in the process of making it. Same grapes and all that. So this is some poultry seasoning. And then, like I told you all a couple weeks ago, I'll give y'all my secret, right? This is my my Badia Complete. All right. And I put that on there. It's like an all-purpose seasoning. Okay. So you see it's not that many ingredients. The longer this sits, the better this thing tastes. It is pretty awesome. It is clearly high protein, right? You see it's no oil. High protein. You have your greens. You have color. You have the rainbow in here. You got red and whatever color bell pepper you use. You got some seasoning, some flavor, and it's really, really good. And this can last well into 10 days in your fridge. It only tastes better, like I said, because the vinegar is a natural preservative. You see I didn't add any salt. And this is a whole meal. So now we're going to pass this around. And y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Yes. Yes. It does have some salt in it, but it's like one of the last ingredients. It's not. Yep. Yep. It's not the first ingredient. You want to make sure you're seasoning. The first 2 ingredients shouldn't be salt. So, yeah.
Or sugar, right?
Or sugar. And make sure it tastes right.
Can you use anything different to the chickpeas? I don't like chickpeas.
People say that, but try it.
I didn't, but I'm adjusting.
You can try it with cannellini beans. West African, you use bambara beans. You can use, yeah. And if y'all see now, just after just making that other salad, how this is thickened up. Y'all see that? He says he sounds surprised. Hi, welcome to Love in Action, Ali. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So y'all see this now? It hasn't even been that long, and we've got our overnight oats that are ready to eat. So for those who didn't get it, y'all can get some of this. Let me just taste it, make sure I don't need adjusting seasoning.
I guess you eat them all the time because I eat hummus, so chickpeas. That's what that makes.
That's good. Y'all probably like a little bit sweeter, but
I know you
that's
make
good.
hummus.
Y'all got some? You got some? You didn't get?
Did you put cranberries
Okay.
in here?
And which one?
Overnight oats?
Yes.
Berry.
Those are the ones that have sugar, right? It makes there's no way that you can find cranberries.
You can't find. I haven't found them without the sugar, but I found them with the oil. Those don't have the oil. Yeah.
You have the,
No, this is a different bag. I got this one back from Aldi. This one, yeah. Is there something small we can do for what now? Where's Junior Chef? What's her name? Naila. Tell the Junior Chef I need a serving spoon, please. Yeah.
I want to ask a question. Protein.
Yeah.
Is it necessary?
Hi, welcome to Love in Action.
Is it true that you need a certain amount of protein, especially women? You know.
Okay, the question up here is the deal with protein. Do we need a certain amount of protein? Yes, absolutely. Yes, we do. But the focus should not be on. So, like I've told you all here, in the United States, most people are getting their macros. You're eating plenty of protein, plenty of carbs, and a ton of fat, the bad fat. Okay, you have to focus on your micronutrients. Okay, because getting clean protein, getting unrefined carbs, and getting whole healthy fats is what you should focus on. Thank you so much, baby. Correct. And if you're eating more fruits and vegetables, then not only are you getting your macros, but then you're actually getting your micros. Okay? You want to focus on where are you getting your fiber should be the question, not your protein. Where are you getting your fiber? How are you getting your micronutrients? Are you getting enough folate? Are you getting enough magnesium? Are you getting those things? That's the stuff that's going to actually make you feel good. That's the stuff that's going to actually promote your body to kill off cancer cells and to kill off other things that your body needs to do to restore itself. But if you're eating fried chicken all the time and you got your protein and your fat from that, and you're eating macaroni and cheese and all that stuff all the time, you don't have any micronutrients, and you're eating, you're full, but you're still starving because you don't have proper nutrients in your body. Okay, so that's what you need to focus on. Focus on the fiber. Focus on your macronutrients. Okay.
Those are the things that the organic food has more of.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's why we get full off of that.
That's right. Full off of less. All right. So, what are your thoughts on that, y'all? Okay. 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 Oh. Y'all are way kind. Okay. All right. Did anybody not get any salad or oatmeal that would like to try some? Yes. Okay. The people at the bar. Okay. You didn't like the oatmeal? Oh, you didn't try it? Okay. Oh. Yes. Okay. So the question up here is, are we going to be selling this? Yes. That was part of me not cooking today because tomorrow. So already over there, we have our juices that I squeezed. So we have guava, pear, pineapple, and mango juice. It's sold out currently, but because I made 30 of them of smoothies that are very delicious and all organic ingredients, all the things. So those will be back in the fridge tomorrow. Plus our grab and go options. So we're gonna have the kale salad that you all really like, the chickpea salad, the Korean barbecue chicken wraps that I've never done this class, but they're delicious. Yes, the overnight oats, energy bites, and I'm forgetting something, but that's all in the going to be in the grab and go. So we have more of our fresh, healthy stuff in the grab and go starting tomorrow. We open at 11. Okay. Okay. We open at 11. All right. So anybody who didn't get any first, before people get seconds, the people who didn't get anything, if y'all could come up and I can serve you, because if I walk past, the microphone will start going real crazy. Hey, Doris. One container. Okay.
I have a question for you.
Naila, can you give me give Angela some sample cups, please? Okay.
She wants to know why flax seeds are good if you can't digest them.
They just have to be broken up. Just like saying, why aren't pumpkin seeds good? If you don't shell the pumpkin seed, it's not digestible.
So when you put it in the overnight oats, do you?
These are already ground. Yes. That's the only time I use this because all my other flax seeds are whole and I do it to order. But because I make so much of this, I buy this ground because I go through it so fast. Yep. Thank you. That's going to be way more than enough, baby. You're so helpful. I appreciate you, Adante. Okay. You can just put them in this tray so we're not putting our hands on it. This will be here tomorrow. You got some? Oh, okay. I made like 25 of everything.
I didn't get any, she didn't get it.
Oh, okay. Huh?
Because we served everybody else.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure you get some, sweetheart. I promise you. Mm-hmm. Oatmeal's coming up next.
No, I read it. What brand? Of those bunch. No, I wrote it because I just.
Hey, I'll be back. I will be back. And we're gonna still keep doing something educational on Saturdays. On Sundays. I don't know what it'll be just quite yet, but this is our community outreach and education day. And just so y'all know too, if y'all can still hear me, with the new menu change and everything, we do catering and we do meal prep, which is what I do. Right. So all this stuff, if you want it done for a meal prep or catering, we offer that here at the restaurant. So just let us know. Our website, our refresh website goes live tomorrow. So you can go on the website, fill out the form if you're interested in catering, meal prep, or renting out the space for any kind of event. And that's the thing I forgot before I wrap out, y'all. You all know we have a monthly event here, right? So we just did our sip and paint, last week or whatever. For this month, we're doing karaoke, okay? So that will be on Friday the 21st from 5 to 9 right here. We've got an amazing karaoke DJ, and I'm ready to hear some bad singing. I'm ready to hear it. Not DJ Simmons this time. We got a real DJ. Got a real DJ. And the flyer's coming out for all that soon. So we're just letting them use the space. She's doing a fundraiser here. Yep. So we'll be here. Yep. June 30th is the last of this particular class. So we only have 4 more. Yeah, we're gonna do still something community outreach or educational, but it just won't be this class until we can get funding again. Huh? Chef and I were discussing this morning. We're thinking about maybe do like a kids class, or we don't know yet. Whatever the community needs, we're still trying to figure that out. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. All right, y'all. Class is dismissed. If y'all didn't get any oatmeal, so now I'm gonna start passing that out now.